Oh, Mary, yeah.
Yeah, and he's coming. He's writing like to your card, just saying, "Hi, my friends.
I have
Ah,
I have
my
good
oh
news and bad news for you.
wait, which one is it? Which cart?
Yours, the smelly card.
Okay, I have my hands like sort of keeping this straw hat on me as I sort of barely glance up, still worried about the sky, and I sort of squint at his mount, basically saying, "What's wrong?"
Well, we are nearly at our first camp point, but I got bad news for you.
Uh, what's that?
The boss told me you have the first guard,
Uh,
and you guys need to help me setting everything up. So get ready. Once we are done, you're getting off, and you're right with me, okay?
okay, and I begin to sort of grope for my materials, still trying not to look up.
Okay. So, and you maybe should find some stream or something to clean yourself up. I'm used to kind of a lot of smells, but you guys are taking the cake on this one.
Please don't talk about food.
And he's laughing, and he's like just right up front. And when he writes along your card, and you can just smell, like you thought at first it was the alpaca that was smelling. No, this is this guy. And now that you think about it, his beard looked quite a bit weird. Or one of the soldiers that sat next to you is saying, "Good old Trappy. He's a bit on a crazy side of life, if you know what I mean. Do you do you smell
What do you
that?
mean?
Do you smell that?
Yeah,
Well,
it's hard over all this stuff, but yeah.
well, he once was with other group of trappers and hunters, and he was trapped during the winter outside the fortress because we had to close the gate. Well, you remember the troll? Oh, no, you're too young. Well, the troll invasion. Well, you read about it in the books, I guess. And yeah, we had to close the gates the whole winter, and all the trappers and hunters were outside, and he was the only one that survived there. Well, you know how?
I can take a
Bravery?
guess.
Well, he was the only one that figured out how to make fire during the winter, and doing the trappy voice. Sorry, he was the only one that figured out how to do fire in the winter and to keep yourself warm. And what he did was, he every night when the trolls were starting to get sleepy and started their parties and started grilling dwarfs and the travelers they found along the way, well, good old Trappy here started putting up traps around the camp, and then he was taking the trolls, killing them, and then he was using their fat to wrap himself with it to stay warm. And he also used
True warrior. So resourceful.
and he also used traps for the fat for candles and stuff. And I heard he hasn't used the fat since, but it's 20 years now, and he's still smelling like this stuff.
How come I haven't heard of these deeds of bravery before?
Well, have you seen him? I don't think anybody wants to have to do anything with him. Good luck tonight. It's a rare honor that you can uh, provide your services for a guy like that. But well, we are all.
Not also on
Thank
guard.
you.
That was his. Yeah, I know. We all did something wrong here, and everybody's like, yeah. From some of the guys you have heard what they did, like one basically just kicked a cat, which was the cat of a nobleman, and it fell down into the magma, and then it ran out and started burning another dwarf. And yeah, this kind of stuff. A lot of misfortune is sitting in your card. But well, it seems like Eurus picked you for the first guard with Trappy, so you kind of know now where you're standing with him is.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, and
What an odd cat to be interested.
and you're coming to a clearing, um, and you have like this half cave, and your track is just staying there, and you're just arranging everything, so it basically turns the cards into a fort. And campfires are being set up, And well, yeah, Eurus told you to go with Trappy. So, will you do this?
Yes.
You too, Rikov?
Yeah.
Okay, Eurus, what are you doing?
Supervising.
You are basically
Ah.
watching them while they're, or are you doing something else? What are you supervising? What is it where's Eurus sleeping? Like, has he his own tent, or is he sleeping underneath the open sky like everyone else?
Yeah. Yeah, under the open sky, definitely. Maybe even in the back of the wagon. I mean, you know.
Yeah, that's what most of the dwarves are doing. But you have your own wagon, of course. You're sharing this is Copperflower, but Copperflower is standing guard in front of it. So you're basically just putting the cover over and sit on your table and sleep, or what are you doing while everybody is getting their food out? And okay, so yeah, everybody's eating, everybody's getting some cheese, grilling it over the campfire, having the time of your life. While you guys are being sent out to Strappy, at least you have time to set up your camp. So where are you sitting in this camp? I guess you two are sticking together, or are you not? Just tell me.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not gonna get separated from.
Yeah.
Any beds?
So, where are you setting up your camp? Like, do you have something special, or are you just sleeping on the back, or do you want to sleep on the back of the wagon?
I want to sleep close to a fire.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're putting like your blanket down by a fire.
Right. Oh wait, there's a half cave.
Yeah, you're underneath that. Like you have like stone above your head.
Well, okay, as long as we have stone above us, then yeah, just near a fire somewhere where the smoke can sort of mask over my smell.
Have you found something to clean yourself right now, or are you too a bit smelly?
Long grass. I've scrubbed myself as hard as I can. Now I smell like dirt, which is preferable to me. Actually, it probably smells okay to me.
As a miner, I guess you're used to it.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yes, I'm now dirt smell.
my chainmail. I did find some steel wool, so my chainmail and gauntlets are pretty clean, but like I haven't really washed off the vomit.
Oh yeah, you're cleaning your chainmail. Please roll a careful against the 1.
Roger that. Got it.
Okay, you got it. Yeah, this was an overcome. You're succeeding at the minor cost. Yeah, so let's say your chainmail is lost all the rust on it, so you have like a shiny copper now. But it's also a bit scratched because you rubbed a bit too rigorously, or also you found out like when you like scraped it off that your chainmail has some really deep holes in it, like the rust basically ate through some of the parts.
It's not my fault.
Yeah, well, you kind of got convinced that this is adamantine. As a military dwarf, yeah, you're easily convinced, I guess. Which is kind of a problem for you. So.
Oh, that's yeah. I just wanna.
So
I'll
you
take the first opportunity to go into dangerous fight, because I have no reason to live anymore.
Kind of shabby. Yeah. So I guess you're still hiding your good axe underneath your cloak the whole time. The question is now, are you?
It's available, easy to reach, but not like.
Have you cleaned it? Have you cleaned it too, or like do you just try to hide it as good as possible, as long as Eurus is near you? Yeah, but you like need to sharpen it down. Like every day, you have this military training where you're just sitting down every time you can and just start sharpening your axes. Okay, so. Yeah, and while you're both sitting there, rolling everything out and trying to score a bit of cheese you can put on a stick and over the fire before you get starting with Trappy to basically scout the area, Trappy is on a cart behind you, and he's going in, and it's basically a utility cart. It's a pretty big one. It's getting carried by 3 oxes, and Trappy is just in there, and you hear like loud noises for metal on metal, and suddenly he appears on the back, and he has like 10 bear traps slung over his shoulders, and he's like looking towards you, and he's like giving you a sign to follow him.
Onward.
Okay, yeah, you follow him into the darkness, and well, you are used to darkness as a miner. As a military guy, you also have seen darkness. Dwarves can generally do really good. The cold of the night really doesn't bother you, either. So you're doing fine, but you really don't have any idea what to do other than watch Trappy. And Trappy is just walking around with the traps on him, and he's just like singing to himself. While he's putting the traps up, he's like, "You know, got to know how to hold them." And he's getting the first trap down. Click.
Know when to fold them.
Know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know to run when to run. You never count your enemies while you're sitting next to them. Keine Ahnung. Sorry. he's just like singing this old trapping song while he's doing it. It's just a song about how you never should check your traps while the enemies are still around, and you should always put the traps up and then run away and try to lure them into the traps. So,
what wonderful advice.
Trappy's quite good at that, and yeah, as he set up the traps, well, he's just looking at you and saying, "You remember where all of these were? Yes?"
I sort of look around. Oh, I needed to remember?
And Trappy's looking at you and saying, "Well, I guess you will find them." Don't worry, mates. Basically, I marked all of them. It's pretty easy to see. I turned 2 of the leaves upside down where I put them.
My face goes pale, and I like stand really rigid, like I'm about to step in one if I move. I say,
try to
Trappy,
avoid all the
there's
leaves.
a lot of leaves turned over.
And Trappy's saying, "Yeah, but these are not the ones I turned around." "Oh, come on, you have all been in the forest. You know when a leaf is freshly turned and when it's not."
I've left the fortress twice, Trappy.
"Ha! Well, you might want to wear something metal on your feet then. Don't worry. They snap about your knees height, so they won't cut your head off."
I need my legs, Trappy.
You guys. Always there for a quick joke, aren't you? Okay, I'm going back to the fire. You know, you have to guard this area now.
I begin to sweat.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just not. I'm gonna look to see if I can spot any of the traps.
Don't move!
You're just standing there like frozen, looking around.
I'm not going anywhere. It's just
Don't turn your head. They could be anywhere.
And while Trappy's going away, and he's saying, "Oh, by the way, while I put up the traps, I saw some snakes, so be careful where you step."
My eyes shift around rapidly as I try to keep my head still.
Okay.
with all these traps around, does he really need us here to guard?
And Trevor's saying, "Yes, because I'm going hunting now, so have fun, lads."
Hunt the snakes, I say.
and he's grabbing his crossbow from behind him, and he's putting in a bolt. And he's kind of looking in your direction, and suddenly he's pulling his crossbow and is aiming at your head, Sorim.
I just mad dash, just zigzag. I fucking book it.
User disconnected from your channel.
Okay, Slash is gone for a while. That is all right. I actually wanted to get him in now, but yeah. Okay, so let's do it without Slash. Yeah, so he's aiming at you, and you are without like asking him what's up. You are just starting to run around.
I assume the worst, so I just zigzag wildly.
Okay. You're doing this pretty quick, I would say.
Oh yeah, I'm bold.
Okay, roll against the 2.
Here it comes. -3. Huh?
Okay, you got the 2. So, what do you think about this?
What do I think he's
Rikaf,
doing?
no, Rikaf, what are you thinking? Because Sorim is not thinking, Sorim is running away.
That's
I mean, it looks like he's gonna shoot Thorim.
Not if I'm fast enough.
I'm just gonna stay put because I don't want to step on any traps.
So, what is your immediate reaction? You're just staying there and looking at him aiming while Sorim is starting to run around the area.
Yeah, I'll just look at the crossbow.
Okay, so yes, he starts aiming at you. You start running around, and you just hear the shot of the crossbow being shot, and the bolt is barely missing you. And you see.
I pretend it hits me. I think it's.
No. Let me talk. Yeah, that's. You cannot do that right now because it's not missing you. It's missing you by like 10 centimeters. Like it's going straight in front of your eyes, and it's smacking into the tree behind you. And you think like if you would have stayed where you were when you started running, it would have been like a meter away from you. And you hear like a noise, and down from the trees falls an owl, and Treppy is slinging his crossbow and is saying, "Ah, see that? Got my first kill tonight."
The what?
I got my first kill. See, I got an owl. And he's walking towards the owl.
Kill?
An owl.
Owl?
An owl.
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 Oh.
Owl. Sorry, I don't have any chewing gum. If I had chewing gum, I would sound more American.
Okay.
Alright, I can do that. I have chewing gum, actually.
I do too. Do you want some of mine?
So,
I need his chicken nuggets and hamburger.
and... Alright, let's go. So, see?
See?
Good old Sorim here. Was pretty scared for a while. No, so Sorim was a bit scared, and he started running, and when you see a centimeter from you, this bolt is just going through a tree, and the owl is falling down with the bolt directly between its eyes.
I sort of fall, like, my hands on my knees. I'm like, oh, jeez. Oh, that was...
You have no idea what just happened, basically.
Yeah, I'm just panting. I'm like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, and this is exactly the moment when you feel that something metal is beneath your feet.
Like, it's activating, or like it's just there.
It makes a clicking noise.
I begin running again.
And good thing you are so quick, because it's not hitting your feet. But what happens is it bites out quite a decent part of your cloak, and you have like a really big hole on the side of your cloak now. And what's worse, your axe is stuck in it. Like the good one. The good axe is stuck in it.
My good axe? I don't own an axe.
No, sorry. You don't own. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I messed up. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, your cloak is basically has a huge bite mark on it now. There's a lot of your cloak missing, and you think that some
I
of
give a heavy sigh. I go, this really isn't my trip.
and you also have a huge hole directly on the right side of your armor, and it's hanging.
Armor?
It's hanging. Yeah, like it destroyed 2 rings, and it just basically snapped them.
I sort of thumb at it.
Yeah, it's like a fist-sized hole. Right above your hip, on the right side. And, well, shit. Treppy's turning around and saying, "Hey, mate, do you know how hard it is to put these things up? Stop stepping on them." And
Place them more clearly.
and he's going there, and he's getting like a tool out to screw it open again. And he's saying, I see. You guys are good for nothing. You know what? I'm going to mark him a bit better just for you. And he's going down and he's taking a big leaf and he's turning it around and he is putting it next to 3 other big leaves, which now that you've seen it, you kind of think, oh well, how could we ever miss that? So
I didn't think about it.
yeah, the backside of the leaf is green, but the downside of the leaf is red. So you basically have just like this huge red markers on all of the traps.
Oh.
So now you know.
Well, that's a little easier.
Now you know where the traps are, and you kind of feel a bit ashamed that you haven't seen it before. But yeah, that's just the way it is.
I think with my feet, not with my head.
Okay, and Trevor's saying, "Well, lads, have a good night then. You know, you're getting the other guards are coming in," and he's looking up. Oh, basically when the moon is in the middle of this blue thingy there, I think the humans call it the sky.
I don't look. I stare at him.
And he's getting down on with his feet, and he's cocking his crossbow again, putting in a new bolt.
I begin
he's
looking
he's
for a way.
He's slung this all around his belt. He's saying, "Well, good night then," and he's off into the darkness.
Okay, you too.
Good night.
Okay, so what are you guys doing? You're sitting in front of the wagons. It's a bit cold. What do you do? Like, do you make a fire? Are you sitting there? Do you have a conversation?
Do we have the ability to make? Are we supposed to make a fire?
Well, no one told you to know, so maybe you want to. I don't know.
Probably be harder to see if we're looking at a fire.
I mean, well, we have someone with military education that also was in the caverns a lot. Not really underneath open sky.
Just keep it like this. I can see in the dark just fine. How about you?
You killed some Crondles. Yeah, Sarum is getting a bit cold because most of his clothes are missing on the right side.
I just sort of stuff whatever I have, my cloak, into the hole.
Okay. So what's left of the cloak you're just putting on the right side?
Yeah, I got like a big like cloth bowl on my side to fill in the gap.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, the temperatures are keep dropping, and you are high up in the mountains, and the wind is blowing and chilly.
And it's been very warm in the tunnels.
Yeah.
How long is this guarding shift?
Well, he told us to look at the sky, but I don't intend on doing that.
Sky? What's going to attack us? Owls?
I just sort of stare. I'd really rather not think about what's in that forest.
Yours is also still shivering, of course. And Sorum is still shivering.
This adventure is the worst. I regret coming here.
I don't think any of us had a choice. Ever.
Do you know from each other what you did, or?
Stupid chairs.
Chairs? You got sent
I don't
here
want
for...
to talk about it.
So
Fine.
you're not talking about it and just standing there, wondering what to do. What if anything happens?
I just sort of stare miserably into the woodland, like, oh, gee, this isn't gonna be very fun, is it?
You kind of regret your choice of coming here, even though it was not a choice.
I didn't have one. I concede that I had no other choice, but
Nobles in their stupid chairs. It's chairs are the worst furniture. You don't need a chair to eat.
Okay. So
not as bad as what I did.
You kind of suddenly hear some noise from the forest.
What's that?
That doesn't sound like it belongs there.
I force my hand to my my pick, row beak, and I sort of tug at it.
Okay.
I grasp my I unwield my what do you call it? The heirloom axe, Goblin Bane.
Yeah.
Grip both my axes tightly.
Okay. You you're careful, aren't you? Wasn't it like one of your things? I think.
Me, yes.
Rekaf was careful, yeah. Yeah, so roll a careful against the forest. Okay.
A 3.
How do you do it? GM rolls slash roll GM, right? Or just GM roll, right? GM roll.
What?
GM roll for DF.
What?
Yeah, I can do a roll that you cannot see, basically. And yeah, okay, so you're carefully staring into the darkness, and you just figured out that this sounded like a scream, and you kind of can hear, not can hear, you can see a shadow moving behind one of the trees. Like it looked like it's.
Since I'm the warrior, how about you go wake up the others, and I'll see what it is that's coming.
Sorry?
Oh, yes.
Go wake up the others.
You figure you figure if you can scream loud enough, they will hear you. But yeah, you succeeded with style basically. So you have to jump on whoever is sneaking on you. You can actually see like where the way it's moving from tree to tree, that it cannot see you. Whatever it is, because it's basically it's a slightly less dark spot in the darkness ahead of you, and you won't even see it. If it won't stop moving, you guess you would have a hard time of spotting it. So,
and I was told to go get the others.
Yeah, Sorum is basically has the first choice of what to do right now, and because he succeeded with style, he's getting a boost on +2 on whatever he wants to do.
That got that roll.
Rekaf. Yeah, and Rekaf gets basically.
I'm gonna chase after this thing in the darkness, while not stepping on the trap. I know where the traps are now. I'm gonna chase after this thing in the dark.
So you're seeing this. You're seeing the dark shadow, and you're just running straight at it.
Yeah.
What are you? I am cut off by him running over.
Okay, and yeah, you're running towards it, and what is it exactly that you're doing?
I mean, if it's a dwarf, I'll stop, and if it's not a dwarf,
oh, you don't have time. You don't have the time. You don't have the time to spot what it is.
I mean,
you just see this.
Than a dwarf? Is it smaller than a dwarf?
You just see this dark shadow right in front of you, and if I remember correct, your character's one of his aspects was that he's quite good at throwing, right?
I mean, if I can't tell what it is, I'll just run up and hack it with my axe on the chest. Because, I mean, if it's a dwarf, it'll be armored, and if it's not a dwarf, then it'll die, right?
Yeah, okay. So, you're hacking at it. Roll a forceful. Or was it more like a quick action? I don't know. How does it look like? Are you just jumping in with full force with both axes, or are you just
trees, right?
It's behind the tree, or just coming around the tree with a quick swing, a head hike? What is exactly you're doing while you're running around this tree?
I'm running up to it and just whacking it with my axe. Just I don't really care if it sees me.
So, would you describe it as
element of momentum?
So you are doing it quick. You're saying that.
Yeah.
You're trying to figure out what your approach is. That's why I keep asking.
Sure,
So okay, so just basically for everybody that is watching, he did not choose careful. If you are like, oh yeah, I'm singing and I'm just like getting my head down and like carefully sneaking towards him, that would be have been one thing. Clever would have been. He's not really clever, but maybe he makes a noise and tries to lure it in one of the traps. Flashy would be like he is screaming the whole time to scare it away. Forceful is what he chooses. So he's just.
I chose quick.
no, sorry. What he didn't choose was not careful, so he wasn't just like screaming strict boulders and hacking into the thing. He is quick, like he's running it at it using the.
And I rolled a 5.
Roll surprise. Okay, yeah. And I'm counter rolling.
Good luck. Lol.
Now you're also getting a +2 bonus. You have to keep that in mind. Holy crap. Okay, so yeah, you rolled a 5. I rolled a 3.
I hack it.
And so it looks like this is the first time I have to spend one of my fate points, and I'm using my fate points. I don't have to tell you what and why I can do that, but I can just do it. So you're quickly just hacking at him, and he's just like quicker than you could have imagined. He's just plummeting down and is rolling to the side.
Am I hacking into? Did I connect?
Yeah, but your character, he's just like hacking another time, and she just keeps hacking and running behind it. But he seems to be missing like every single swing. You kind of sometimes feel like the cloth he is wearing, like the cloak he's wearing, getting hacked down. You see now that he is.
He has a cloak?
Yeah, he's wearing a dark cloak, and he seems to be human-sized, by the way.
I'll shout. Who goes there?
So wait a second. So what you just did is you rolled an attack. You succeeded with style. I rolled a defend, and I tied on the defend. So you succeed. Your attack hits and causes with damage. No, that didn't happen. You tied. Your attack doesn't harm the target, but you get a boost. So now you still have this +2 bonus because you surprised him. You succeeded with style when you were spotting him. So you have a +2 bonus. The question is now, do you want to use it now? Okay, so it works this way. It works this way. If you're using your bonus now, you can say if your attack hits and causes damage.
Well, he has
But
a cloak, so
but
I want to identify.
wait a second. But you can also reduce the damage by 1 and generate a boost. And if you do that, I'll let you see what it is you're fighting.
Yeah. The boost. Use the boost. See what it is.
Okay, good. You have one more invocation on this boost, by the way. So you're basically your boost is right now. Let's call it prepared.
Okay.
Okay, because you spotted it and you think that if there's one there might be others. Okay. So and yeah, you're hacking at it, and it's rolling away, and it keeps rolling away, and then at some point you're just making like this a long jump, and you hack down, and you hit something. It sounds like an armor, but you're not sure, and it's like gliding off of the leg of whatever it is you're fighting, and. But the axe gets stuck in the fourth floor together with a lot of his cloth, and whatever it is, it's pulling out a scimitar, and it's basically cutting off the cloth that is pinned it down. It does a swing to the back, like it turns his leg around. It's doing a backwards roll, and it's standing in front of you. With the scimitar out, and no, it's not really stuck, but it's like you hacked it down together with all the cloth of the clothes he was wearing, so you needed to cut it off, and you did the backwards roll, and you can smell a bit of blood, even in the darkness, and while he's doing the backwards roll, he's coming up, and you can see the face of an elf. You have never seen anything uglier than that.
An elf.
An elf.
Uh-oh.
And she's like, God damn it, I hate you guys. And suddenly you see like he's reaching into his cloak, and he's doing like a really quick motion towards you.
I'll attack the arm that's reaching into the cloak.
Okay. So you're rolling a defense.
Just with the flat of my axe. I don't want to chop off his arm, but I want to beat
You're
him
gonna
up.
swat it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So what do I roll?
you roll it. You roll a defense now. You're doing it quick, right?
Sure.
Because you're reacting quick on that. You're not like really forcefully doing something. Oh, you're doing good today for yourself.
Easy, easy. Stupid elf. No match for me.
So yeah, you are trying cough cough to hit his arm, and you're doing this with both axes, of course. Yeah, you're trying to slap him with both of your axes, and the first axe, even though it should have clearly have hit him, you're missing it, and you're getting a flashback on what happened earlier today and how ashamed you were.
Why does the elf know about that?
Yeah, but you are like just missing the first swing. You're just remembering. Oh damn it! Yeah. Okay, this is even more shaming because you basically have your new buddy there, and he sees you how you're missing a swing that should clearly have hit him. But yeah, with the second one you hit, and it's 1-2 now, and the elf is throwing 2 daggers at you, and you can hear clink against the broadside of your axe.
Can I rush in?
As you strike down, and you are hitting his arm, and he's like just a muffled and he's just like turning around again by going backwards, and a second van of daggers is flying towards you.
It's at my face, at my chest, or where?
You still rolled. I'm just adding with this here. I'm just adding a +2 bonus on me because you rolled a 4 defense. I rolled a 1 offense, so you clearly managed to dodge everything, even with style, because you had 3 more. So now I said like you're getting malus because you are still ashamed. Well, this is one gone, and then I invested my second fate point here. I have 3 fate points in this encounter, by the way. Maybe I should tell you that. And yet now invested my second fate point to give a +2 bonus. And the second fate point is that he is a nimble elf and a wood runner. Yeah, and so I added +2. So right now it's 3 versus 2 defense. So you will get 1 stress damage if this dagger hits you. The question right now is what is Rekav doing right now? Have you run to the camp, or
You mean Thorin? I'm Thorin.
Sorim.
Rhaegar.
Yeah.